All right, I know you expected the show to start already. It's going to start momentarily. There will be a spectacular scat that is coming your way.
I thought DMX was here the way you came in.
But listen, before the show starts, I just wanted to say, head over to spitballerspod.com, click the Become a Spitwad button. That's how you become a supporter of the show. That's how you get access to the show early. That's how you check out the Spit Tank, where you can submit questions, would you rather questions, great questions, whatever, draft ideas. We turn to the Spitwads first. Head over to spitballerspod.com, click the Become a Spitwad button, and now we can start the show.
Oh, yeah.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Han Solo, a Shaquito McClunky.
What was the middle part? What was after Han Solo and before McClunky?
Shaquito, man. That's for my Star Wars nerds.
Oh, well, I'm going to be honest with the Spitwads out there. We're recording remotely in this tumultuous time in our country and world. So when we hear the music, it's a little bit like Jason and I get the scat a little bit on delay. Now, you out there, through the magic of Al Borland, you get it all on time.
But it sounded like crap to us.
It sounded like crap.
You were way off on your timing there, man.
All right. Welcome into the Spitballers Podcast. Jason Moore, Mike Wright, Andy Holloway back with you. Episode 93 of the show.
Oh, wow.
I know.
We're getting close to a hundo? We got to do something special for that. Owl,
we're within
take care
at
of
least, we're getting close. I mean,
it's almost
I don't know
like
what we're going to do.
Like a best of or highlights video should probably appear.
So what were the odds that we'd get to 100 when we started?
1 in 10.
0.3.
Okay, so we've accomplished something, is what you're saying.
Now, in fairness, I'm still not. I don't know what the odds are that we get to 100. That's seven.
That's
that's
the
still
odds right now.
7 weeks away.
50,
yeah, that's
50.
True. You can follow what's going on with the show on Twitter at SpitballersPod, Instagram.com/SpitballersPod, and SpitballersPod.com is the website where you can find out how to support the show, get a few special perks. We always need ideas for drafts and would you rather questions, and we turn to the Spitwads first for those sweet, sweet ideas.
Oh, so sweet.
We've got Would You Rather on the show today. Going to do some Jason Explains. Going to have Al Borland spin the wheel. Al, how are you doing?
Living my best life. How you doing, Andy?
I'm doing spectacular. Lee.
Someone's good in the quarantine. Someone is not.
We've got a great draft. Really,
we have the most ridiculous,
important draft.
This is the weirdest draft. I came in as soon as we got connected. I'm like, what in the world are we doing?
You hadn't seen it? You hadn't seen it before that?
I had seen it, but I still didn't know like what I could possibly draft. So this should be a lot of fun.
There are times, I'm walking around the house and it just popped into my head, this draft idea, and, pure, utter genius is what Jason's trying to say.
It's true.
But let's go ahead and kick this thing off.
Would you rather?
Dave from the website asks this very important question. He says, would you rather have the ability to camouflage like a chameleon or have the ability to expand like a blowfish for defensive purposes? So you can just blowfish out, which for some reason, the first thing I think about in my head of why or when I could ever need a capability like that would be if I end up in a bad neighborhood or down an alleyway and some ruffians come up to me and they really give me the business and then poof.
And then poof, you're naked. That's what I think about with this.
Oh, that's true. Wait, hold on.
Because your clothes get popped off?
Can we at least have Incredible Hulk rules?
Oh, for the clothing?
Like you've got shorts on that stretch infinitely.
It doesn't matter what you're wearing. Somehow you just end up in purple shorts.
Okay,
That's fair, because I was going to say the only useful application here is getting into the shower. Like, I need to get in quick. Boom, I'm ready. Otherwise, all your clothes rip off, and whoops. Yes, you're safe in that neighborhood because everyone is running away.
Would that have some benefit to, like, I mean, we're all stuck
You ever
at
fought a
home
naked man?
in the corner. Well, you got spikes, though, don't you? I mean, you're a pufferfish, or do you just expand?
I mean, a pufferfish has spikes, so when it expands, it looks terrifying.
Oh, so we would just
but we
be
don't
expanding.
naturally have them.
That doesn't feel like defense. That just feels like going.
I think you have to have spikes in this situation. Otherwise, you're just doing what I'm doing slower, which is just expanding through this, quarantine time.
Gaining the COVID-19, as they say.
Yeah,
No.
the COVID-99.
Oh, no.
Well, to bring it back, I mean, camouflage would benefit you in defense as well.
But to the camouflage.
In the alleyway with the ruffians.
Do any of us really know the actual, factual camouflage capabilities of the chameleon? Because we're all used to cartoons where a chameleon can go onto anything. Like, they go onto a brick wall and like, oh, I'm a brick wall now. Like, what are the limitations of the chameleon's?
Saying you're not,
as opposed to, like, invisibility.
You're not going to be invisible. Also, we got another
cartoon leads us to believe that they can basically go invisible against any pattern. But what can they actually do?
And we have another clothes problem here because I mean, if you're not pre-naked, there's just shorts and shirt up against that wall. It's like, dude, I can see you. You're not fooling anybody.
I'm out here.
That's when the gang rolls up and says, punch those shorts over there.
Kick him in the shorts. Oh,
I can still take his wallet out of his shorts.
I mean, I don't think the camouflage is going to be as good as you think. You know what I mean?
True. But it could still be better than being a blowfish.
Not if I got the spikes.
The spikes matter. The spikes
even
matter a
without
lot.
spikes, I feel like if you could just rapidly expand. Well, number one, the problem is the pufferfish actually inhales water. So I guess we're just accepting that we go air.
Yes.
Is that okay? So if you can actually do that, I think the applications, aside from the clothing malfunction problems, there are so many places in life where this is going to be handy.
Which one is a better parlor trick, though? Let's just take out
the
functionality.
Pufferfish. The pufferfish.
You think so?
If you could instantly become a gigantic pufferfish, that's a pretty good trick.
You don't think
only
it's a good
one of
trick?
these?
Oh no! It's making your face and your arms go away. That's a pretty decent trick. But if you can expand your entire body, I mean, multiple times and just go, I think that would be an excellent trick.
Only one of these lets me get all of the restock grocery items first, because I could hang out overnight while they're stocking up right now as the chameleon.
That's
and
true.
Then bingo, bango, bongo, I've got some toilet paper.
And the other one, you have to buy a lot of spandex.
Yeah. So I choose neither.
Why does Jason only wear spandex?
Well, the reason now this has nothing to do with this question, right? You're just saying.
I'm just saying in general.
I have switched to spandex, and this is for my rapidly expanding body to make sure that I'm.
You wear X spandex.
Yes, expandex. Very nice. That's something I need to. Boom, expandex. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. That's got to exist, right?
Sure.
These clothes will fit no matter what.
I mean, there are bed sheet possibilities for wardrobe that can be used at some point.
I'm going to take the pufferfish here, and I get the spikes.
Me too.
I get the spikes.
I like
the
pufferfish.
Spikes. I think that would be cool. I think I could use it not only in defensive but in offensive maneuvering. If I run at someone and they're not afraid, they don't know a giant ball of spikes is about to come.
Yeah,
last second.
Jason, imagine you playing basketball and you have the pufferfish ability.
Yeah, back
You're
down.
always
Put me on the
open.
post.
Put him on the post. That's right. All right, we're all going pufferfish. Al, would you go pufferfish?
I would, yeah.
Okay, good. Ed from Patreon, would you rather eat cereal without milk for the rest of your life or eat pancakes and waffles without syrup?
Oh.
That's a terrible question, Ed. That's mean. I mean,
Those both really, really, really suck. Huh.
Do you guys have any other way that you eat a pancake or waffle?
Yeah, I could eat it with just butter. You guys know that
Just
already.
yeah, that's true.
You
And
guys know that.
Spitwads, when Andy says just butter,
I don't
imagine
mean just butter.
Imagine you went to the grocery store, you bought a block of butter.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of his pancakes.
Yeah,
put it this way.
That one,
this
he
way.
just wraps it up like a moon waffle.
If you were to take what you usually do with syrup, and then you do that with butter, just some not all the way melted, not completely liquefied, but just pretty much like a magma textured butter. He just pours that over.
Let me check on that for you. Yes, that is correct. Yes.
Now,
yes.
okay, can we bring the powdered sugar? Because French toast is very often a powdered sugar utensil of that. It's a way I could put powdered sugar in my mouth. Basically, I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. The
I don't
actual
eat the
French toast is a tool
it's
for
a vehicle
powdered
for
sugar
me to
eating.
eat powdered sugar.
Well,
now, are you guys French toast powdered sugar, or are you French toast syrup?
Powdered sugar is outstanding. Although, funny story, my wife just made a bunch of key lime cookies covered in powdered sugar, and every single time she tries to eat one, she coughs because she inhales the powdered sugar.
Because she doesn't time the breath right.
She doesn't time the breath right.
You
It's
have
one of
to
her greatest
exhale,
weaknesses.
Take the bite.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, there's risks with powdered sugar.
That's true.
Now, Mike, you asked this like there are two camps of people: those who use powdered sugar or those that use syrup. But I use powdered sugar and then I put syrup on.
Okay, well, I only ask because my wife does not do the powdered sugar in the slightest. So I have to assume that she's not the only one. I know that she's sort of like a mutant for not using powdered
like
sugar.
her and whatnot.
Look, it was one of those things I had to overcome before
you found out
I-dos.
after marriage.
This was
Yeah.
after,
Yeah.
I mean, the
annulment,
thing is
not eligible for powdered
Right.
sugar
I
related.
ran out of time. I couldn't call it off.
I can eat French toast without powdered sugar, but why would I? No, I mean,
Right.
I'm out
Yes,
of powdered
yes.
sugar. That's why. It's like we don't have any.
Cereal without milk is awful, and I love cereal. So I would rather eat the pancakes and waffles with some powdered sugar or an ungodly amount of butter.
I don't eat pancakes that often. I just really don't. But like waffles, we have those in our house, for, at pretty much at all times. Some Eggos, and the best way to eat a waffle, and we do this in our house, is not syrup.
Hold on.
It's on brand, man. It's the churrification of the
Cinnamon
waffle.
sugar?
You put butter and cinnamon and sugar on that thing because a waffle can be, crisp. It's
Let
not
me check
soggy
on
like
that.
a pancake. That is correct. So you
Computer is
give me
very active today.
give me my milk with my cereal, and I will churro waffle all day, every day.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like there's
Yeah,
ways
that's
to
true.
eat the pancakes and waffles, and the cereal
11
without
was
milk is
content.
just like it's a snack for toddlers.
There are people out
Yeah.
there, if we can call them people, that when they are out of milk, they will use water.
Wait, no,
That's a thing.
no,
That's a thing.
no.
And if you're listening right now and you're like,
No.
why didn't anybody bring this up?
Hold
You're
on.
the problem.
Let me check on that one. Let me check on that.
Yes, that's what you deserve. Hold on, Jason. You know someone
I remember
has-
growing up. I remember
has
growing
done the water on cereal?
Maybe this is like so old from times when,
Is that skim milk? You're talking about skim milk?
Yeah,
no.
because that's water.
Well, I mean, if you think that's water, then you should be fine doing it. But I remember times where it's like, I think even my own mother was like, we're out of
No.
milk. It's like, just use water.
No.
And I was a kid. And I'm like,
No.
no, I'm not
Did
doing
you call
that.
Child Protective Services?
Geneva Convention stuff.
I mean, that's terrible. I would never do that. But is it really that crazy? Like
Yes.
it sounds
yes.
insane.
Get
to
out of
use.
here.
Look, I'll settle for like an emergent. I've had the emergency almond milk cereal situation, and it's not a good situation. But water is abhorrent, and I will not stand for it.
This okay. I mean, somewhat similar, yet a little bit out of bounds here. I have had to do the mac and cheese without
With
milk.
water?
I've had to do that with water
yeah.
because The noodles were boiling. I went to go get the milk, and the milk is gone. I literally have no choice, so I had to go with the water.
How'd that turn out?
Not as good, but I mean, it still got the job done. So maybe my visceral reaction here is an overreaction.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. It sounds like a monstrous thing, but the difference is not that.
Like
it's just
I
a little
like
flavor.
Of the three of us, there is only one that can really actually do it and probably film themselves doing it for the entertainment of others.
And that's Jason.
And it's Jason. It's Jason. You have a responsibility in these times of need for the people.
That's right.
To record yourself eating water in cereal.
Spitwads.
Especially because you know people that do that, so you're the most in tuned with
I've never heard of
genre.
All right, Spitwads. I will do it. I will film it. Yes! I will put it up.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, what a terrible world. I will become the monster.
Now, if I had to guess, water would make it soggier so much faster than milk.
It seems that way for sure.
I mean, maybe you need really cold water. I don't know. I'm not the one going to do this.
Look, to catch a serial killer, you have to think like a serial killer.
Also, Mike, may I just take this moment to say I hate you? Because that was a terrible idea, but I totally realize I'm on the hook for that now. So
I'm the food guy.
I will film that.
Jason Moore.
That's right.
I will put that up.
All right, we all made the right choice there once again. Shiloh from Twitter, would you rather be be the first person launched into space or the last? Jeremy, do you want to go ahead and clarify this one for us, Al?
Yeah, so you're either the first person, meaning the uncertainty of like, is this going to succeed, or you're the last person on Earth to take spaceflight, which you're missing out once it's
meaning
been
just
perfected.
the most recent. Or the final, like
the final.
We're going last is final. Now, are we going? It's final because the human beings we have had to leave Earth, and so you're the last one.
No, I don't think
I'm
so.
I'm thinking like recreational space flight. You're
Give me
just
the
last
last
one that gets to do it, and everybody else is talking about it.
Well, hold on. Are you the last one because you explode in space? And they have to stop space travel?
I think if that's the case, this is a very easy question.
Would you rather
be the first
space
person
or live
to be in outer space, or would you rather die horrifically in the vacuum of cold death?
I think it's just a battle between uncertainty and FOMO.
I would not handle being the first anything on the way to space knowing the risks. I mean, you'd be like 50-50.
Okay, well, I guess here's the problem. Here's the problem because the moon landing was such a big thing. Who was the first person into space?
Oh man, so you're bringing up a great point here because what I was going to say is who was the second person that landed on the moon? Because you don't know. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
It's Buzz.
The second person is Buzz.
Who was the third?
Buzz.
Who was the seventh?
I don't know the third. I know the first and the second.
How many people have landed? Nobody cares. It was the first, and that's
Eddie,
what matters.
Ernie, Billy, Bobby, Sammy, David.
But the reality is, Mike, you're bringing up the truth. We've already there has been a first person in space, and we don't know who it is.
Well, here's the problem. Maybe this is an American history thing. I'm pretty sure that Russia beat us into space. I'm Googling right now.
This is educational. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Yuri Akinsegovich.
I told you, man, it was a cosmonaut. We did not win the first person into space. That's why getting to the moon was so important.
Do you know how popular Yuri Kozmikolimov is in Russia?
Oh, well, that's what I want to know.
Totally, he's a legend.
Is he the Neil Armstrong of the Soviet Union? It's like, are there
non-existent Soviet Union? Yeah, give me the lower risk. I could not really enjoy. I mean, I know and realize that if you do blow up in space, it's not a long process. Like, of all the ways to suddenly go, I imagine space explosion's fine.
Okay, I'll bring up the name. Alan Shepard. We know that name.
I do not know that name.
Oh, okay. I know that name. Yes, he's the first American to get into space. So yeah. I know his name, but he's not like front of mind like Neil Armstrong. And that sucks for Alan Shepard. And what Alan Shepard did, he's the first American in space. I mean, that's way riskier.
It's very risky.
Yeah, I mean, I think the real issue here, the real problem is Yuri. Yuri Alkalovich Gagarin.
Sneaky Russians, man. They get you.
They stole the value of it to us. So I think had it been an American, we would know the name. And so I'm taking the first person. I want that glory.
How long did
the first person
how long did Yuri live?
How long did he live?
Yeah, did he live like a long and healthy life after being the first person?
What do you think? He got like a space disease?
No.
Like this is a problem. It looks like
space disease.
He did not have a super long life. Born in 1934, passed in 1968. So 34 years.
So that's not.
He might have died in space.
He might have died in space.
There's a good chance. There is a good chance that man died in space. I cannot confirm or deny.
Can't Google because I can't spell it.
I'm
so that's what I wanted to know. If the impact of this,
it was an aviation incident.
Oh goodness, this is what I'm saying. It's would you rather be like known on some 100 years from now, some Spitballers podcast comes out and you were the first man in space and you lived to be 40, or you just come in once the safety is there. So I'm gonna go last.
Yuri is right now getting his 15 minutes of fame in the States. This is his.
He had more. No, he 100% had more than 15. Like, okay, if I say the word Sputnik, you know what that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like back in the 60s, this was a big deal.
Okay, I'm officially voting last. You guys vote because Jason needs to.
Let me ask you guys this question then, because I think it leads into another conversation. The conversation of legacy. Is legacy, like, because back in the day, it feels like when I'm learning about history and like the way that people thought about legacy, that was a really big deal. It was, okay, when I'm gone, what will people remember about me? Like, people now, do we really
only in sports?
Do we care that much about legacy?
We care about our children and their children.
Right, but that's not a legacy. That's not historical textbooks are going to look back at what I did. That's my family lineage will keep going. So it's a strange thing.
You're right. Because we're more
it used to be really, really important.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. That being said, I'm going William Wallace here. Every man dies. Not every man truly lives.
But William Wallace has a massive legacy.
Exactly, and I will be dead with Yuri in outer space. And
okay.
I'm taking the first.
All right, it's been a little while, but it's time for some Jason Explains.
Jason Explains in 60 seconds.
And Al's going to spin the wheel for us remotely and find out what you're explaining to us, Jason. So prepare yourself.
Here we go.
Please be basketball.
All right, Jason, you have 60 seconds to explain horses.
Oh, that's easy. Okay, so horses are this creature that was put on Earth for people to ride. Horses have 4 legs, and if you love horses, you are called an equestrian. Now, horse meat is illegal in most countries, but not all countries. If you're in certain European countries, you can eat this delicious, high-protein, low-fat meat. In the United States, it is unfortunately illegal to eat horse meat. You can't even ship it here, no matter how hard you try. And people also have made a lot of money off of racing these majestic animals, and you can, if you breed horses, you will be associated with the mob in short order, so that you can make them money on horse betting. And
interesting.
And that is everything that you or anyone needs to know about horses.
Didn't you buy some horse meat a long time ago?
I was unsuccessful.
You tried. You tried to buy some horse.
Here's you put that out there. I remember long ago, I remember we were sitting in a room and somehow this discussion just opened up, and it was Jason was trying to find like healthy, low-fat, high-protein meat, and somehow horses came up.
Well, this is when I used to train, a little bit of MMA, and I would train jiu-jitsu.
Of course. All the Brazilian jiu-jitsu people I know, they're looking for horse meat.
So Alistair Overeem, famous
that's their
UFC fighter,
their main course.
So if you look at Alistair Overeem and you look at him through the years, he did what we call a Barry Bonds. He changed from
so his head grew 3 sizes?
His whole body grew 3 sizes.
That's called HGH, bro. That's not horses.
It's 100% steroids. It has to be. There's no way it's not.
Horses, guinea pigs, horses. HGH.
His excuse was that it was horse meat.
The guinea pig face.
Because he was from the other side of the planet. And he said that it was because he started a normal diet of horse meat. And so I was like, I gotta get me, dude, you should look at him. He's a monster. I was like, I've got to get me some horse meat. And here's what's crazy. Like, there's people listening right now very upset, right? Very, very upset because eating a horse is a terrible thing. Eating a cow that's totally cool.
Well, they're dumb.
I mean, but
because they don't race, they just get eaten.
Right? Oh, cow races? That would be awesome.
Oh, man.
I mean, I was going to say horses are shaped perfectly to be ridden, but so are cows. So.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you should be able to race a cow.
No, cows are slow.
Yeah, that is the issue.
How do we know? We've been growing them to be eaten. We haven't been breeding them for racing.
That's a great point.
We've been breeding them for
tried
eating.
training cows for
How
running?
fat would horses be if they were bred for eating? They would be are we sure that cows and horses are different animals, or were they just at one point the same animal and we just did 2 different things with them? And so it's like, that's the breeding.
You get the slim fast and you get the HGH.
Can you milk a horse?
We don't have a horse. We have a bull.
Okay, we found out that they're not the same. You can't milk a horse.
Okay, there it is. There's
I
the
am
science.
Greg.
We figured it out. We figured out the difference between a cow and a horse.
Well,
we did.
No. We skipped over my point. If you go back, if you check the tape, Jason called it delicious. He called it delicious.
Yeah, we need to investigate
I've
that.
heard tale.
He's heard tale of. So that's
Actually,
how
it's
John
supposed to
Travolta
not be
got
as
so
delicious.
big. All right,
it's
we're
very
moving.
gamey.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great question.
How do we even move on from there?
I don't know,
Jared.
the show's not over.
Jared on Patreon. No, we still have the world's greatest draft, Mike, coming up.
Gosh.
You must smell. Here's this great question for us. You must smell like a food of your choice for the rest of your life. What food do you choose? This doesn't seem difficult.
No, this is very easy for me.
This is very difficult.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
I guess there are different good options. That's how I feel.
Nothing
Like
smells better than bacon. But do you want to smell like bacon?
No.
No. See, that's why
You already smell like bacon.
Yeah, I mean, you eat enough, you become what you eat.
I feel like bread is something that no matter what point of your life or how
Jason's
you're feeling,
face right now. He thought about smelling bread, and his face went to a
because
new
you're
place.
Like, I'm full. Oh, like bread still smells good. Sometimes when you're full, like bacon, you're like, that I don't want to smell that right now. But bread, at all points, when you're tired, when you're going to bed, you're full, you're hungry, bread always smells great.
You know what's funny is I don't think of bread. I don't think it gets enough respect from me for its aroma.
Oh,
because
it's the best.
It is unbelievable. But I would never have thought of bread. I mean, you walk in a bakery and it's like, hot dang, I want to live here. So, okay, Andy, now you said it seemed like it was easy for you too. Did you have something to compete with bread?
Bread's a great answer. And ever since this whole quarantine started, my wife has made a loaf of sourdough every single day. So my house basically smells
goodness, your house is
permanently like
on my
bread.
way.
Yeah. At first I was thinking desserts was the answer. So I thought like chocolate or even smelling like coffee Who doesn't like that smell?
Okay, coffee.
But bread is such a not. It's not overwhelming, and that is a very nice feature of bread smell.
Coffee is very polarizing, though.
Yes,
because there was
which means I'll get rid of some dumb people.
Well, I'm a newer coffee drinker in the terms of like my adult life. I mean, I've probably only been drinking coffee for 5 years, and I'm a middle-aged man. Like, so most of my adult life, I was not drinking coffee, and in that time, I couldn't even go into a Starbucks because it was repulsive. Yes. I didn't like coffee. I wanted nothing to do with it. The stench made me nauseous.
I don't know what my wife is cooking downstairs right now, but this conversation, guys, this is a problem over here. We might have to stop this show. It's good. Whatever she's making, it's good.
Do you want to smell like it for the rest of your life?
We have never. I mean, I got to text her immediately. This is weird to be at home and smell
people need to know.
Yeah, I need to know what other contender
Jason, what'd
is
you
in
eat for lunch?
I haven't had lunch, and so this is smelling too good, my man.
Wait, no, hold on.
Horses. You had a horse.
For the people at home, I mean, it's almost 3 p.m. local time as we record this. You haven't had lunch?
What's up with
this
that?
Is very off-brand, but I went on a podcast for some people from the other side of the planet had a podcast, a special 200th episode, and they invited me on. And so scheduling-wise, getting the time zones to click, I happened to not eat yet, and now whatever scent she's made, I can't wait for her. It's just chicken broth. I don't know what it is, but either I'm starving or it's a great scent. I was going to throw vanilla out there for
vanilla's great.
Who doesn't want to smell like vanilla? Like that's already a perfume. People choose to smell like vanilla or light candles to smell like vanilla.
What about lemons? Like lemon,
like a citrusy kind of.
Yeah, I mean, because
as long as it's a subtle citrus,
and it smells clean. You always will smell clean.
That's true.
Do either of these answers, vanilla or lemon, fit the question? Because there's like food. I'm not just drinking vanilla, and I'm not eating a lemon.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's an ingredient.
So if you chose a main course, what if you chose a main food course to smell like for the rest of your life?
Like a meatloaf. Just smelling good.
Well, I mean, if you're going that way, then I feel like you got to go with pizza. But the reason I went with bread,
I don't want to smell like pizza forever.
Oh, pizza smells good. Come on,
that's just bread.
Pizza smells so good.
It smells like bread.
It smells like bread, but it smells like pizza. It's different because of the cheese and the tomatoes.
Okay,
and the seasonings.
Yeah. What about soup? You want to smell like soup?
No one wants to smell like soup.
Onions? You want to smell like onions?
I smell like onions right now. That's legit.
My answer is whatever's being cooked downstairs, and I will find out by the end of this episode what I smell like for the rest of my life.
Andrew from the website, when taking a shower, is there a correct way to wash your body and your hair? My wife is convinced that you must wash your hair first so you aren't rinsing your dirty hair onto a clean body, but I always want to wait and wash my hair at the end of the shower. Does it matter? Is someone right in this debate? Andrew, I hope you understand someone is always right. That's the important thing.
Yes, always.
There's never room for two opinions. And that's not with this. That's just
life.
life.
America.
There's one right way, and that's it. But in this situation, like all situations, there is a right and a wrong. And I think we have to all be in agreement, right? Because we're all wise. We're three wise men.
It's hair first.
Sure.
It's hair first.
Has to be hair first.
It has to be.
I don't
hair
always
first.
adhere to it though. Sometimes I'm a little frivolous.
But here's what I will say. I will phrase it as a question, gentlemen. How often do you wash your hair? Do you guys every time, or
if I take more than one shower in one day, I will not wash my hair both times. If it's one shower a day, which is normal, then I wash it every day.
If I were to take 3 showers in a day, I would wash my hair 3 times. It's the first.
Do you do the same amount of shampoo no matter what?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, once I'm
equal
in there
opportunity dirty.
Yeah. Once I'm in there for about 28 minutes in the water, then it's time to wash hair, and then after that, wash body. I mean, it's just like everybody's shower.
28 minutes in.
No, false. I wash my hair like once every never.
Wait, you
Really?
never wash your hair? Because it's bad for your hair.
Not never.
It's
but
bad for the oils of your hair, right?
Washing your hair every day is actually bad for the oils.
That's what I've heard.
Is this why I'm losing my hair?
I
You've been
didn't
ripping
want
it
to
out.
point fingers.
The hygiene is too good.
I highly doubt that's the reason why you're so bald. But no, like I only wash my hair like probably once a week.
The logic for washing your hair first is there. I mean, it makes sense.
Yes, yeah. When I
what
wash
the wife
my hair,
described,
it's first, and then the soap goes down. Trickle down soaponomics, right?
Yeah, trickle down soaponomics.
Soaponomics.
This is classic.
I mean,
Andrew,
you don't-
your wife is right.
If you were to Windex
So
a
Reagan
mirror,
taught me.
If you were to Windex a mirror, okay? If you
Right.
start at the bottom
Right.
and then
It's a
you wash
problem.
up at the end, there's a problem. What you washed first now has a bunch of dripping streaks through it.
Yeah, that's trickle down windonomics, obviously.
Exactly.
Okay, one more great question before we draft. Rylan from
update.
Twitter. Oh, okay, you got the food?
I've got the dots are.
What do you
she's
want
typing.
to smell like the rest of your life?
I want to smell like taco meat. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
No.
That's what
Yes,
she's
Mike. Come
cooking.
over to this
No.
house and you will be like, I want to smell this for the rest of my life.
Look, when
Skip
you want
lunch and then
tacos-
go to his house.
So here's the craziest part. Here's the craziest part. There was a fear. I had a fear that she would say nothing. I had a fear that I just smell like taco meat.
You have a mirage hallucination of smells.
Well, the
when
problem
you
is
skip
like
lunch, man,
taco
you start
meat smells.
smelling taco meat.
Taco meat smells good, but I would be remiss if I wasn't being honest and saying, I think people can smell like taco meat. Like it's a close relative to body scent.
You are right. Taco meat, depending on the state of consciousness, it's either fantastic or it's terrible.
Well,
Oh, my
I hope
goodness.
I
Right
smell
now
like
it's
the good taco
fantastic.
meat.
Right
I'm
now,
starving.
it's fantastic. You're so hungry you could eat a horse. I mean, right.
Yes, well said. Well
Ryland
said.
from Twitter. What are some things that only exist because of people's stupidity?
Oh,
That's
a great
funny
question.
because there are so many things that we have to invent and create because people are dumb, right?
Oh man!
To protect us from ourselves. For instance, that would be like what? Medicine bottles? I mean, we can't.
What?
I guess those are for kids.
Yeah.
No, those are for kids.
There's
Stupid
a reason
kids.
for that. There's a reason for that. I mean, you can hide it all you want, but kids will do what kids do. Like the first thing that popped into my into my head, and this is like full on one of those like 1940s like weird inventions. They had an invention, and it was targeted at people who eat grapefruit for breakfast, and it was like a shield that came down and covered most of your face because the grapefruit apparently was squirting into people's eyes, and this was such a problem that they had to invent a device to stop people from getting the citrus spray right in the eyeball. They couldn't figure that out.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, that's at the far end of the stupid spectrum.
Yes.
I always think about these type of questions in relation to like, look, if there weren't stupid people that stole things from each other all the time, all of the inventions that we have for like, door locks or keys or all of that stuff wouldn't have to exist because people wouldn't steal each other's stuff. It's just
Okay, that's a different layer. Sure.
It's a different layer, but we presuppose all the time that like somebody's going to take something from you, so we have to invent all these things to stop it.
That's true. That's true.
How about not so much a thing, but a company, all the companies that get you out of timeshares, there's, you always hear these
All the
commercials.
predatory lawyers.
Yeah, all these like, let me get you out of the mistakes you made.
Title loans.
Yeah, exactly. How can I get you out of the problems?
DUIs.
Yeah.
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 Lawyers exist because of people's stupidity. There are whole industries.
Now, like, is there any other line of work that exists because they specifically created a language that like regular people don't understand? Because it's called legalese for a reason. Because it's this just they're like, well, we're so super smart. We have to make up all these words that people can't possibly understand.
You need to hire us to read it. You need to hire us to write it.
That's a really good gig. I mean, the first lawyer who created the position was very smart.
Yes.
Maybe lawyers didn't get created for that. Maybe we all were smart enough a long time ago to read it all, and then most of us got dumb, and only the lawyers stayed smart.
Oh man, that's a great point.
Because it seemed
Jerry
like people
Springer shows up and we all get real dumb.
Yeah, it's his fault. All right, you guys want to draft?
Jerry, not really, but let's do it.
The Spitballers Draft.
We are a sophisticated show. We bring you sophisticated opinions, answers, problem solving, all of these type of things. And then we end the show with a draft. And these drafts are always very important, sophisticated questions, practical, things that you might run into at some point in your life, which I think this is possibly that. We are drafting, and Mike has the first pick. We are drafting things to replace your hands with. So if you're in that position where you have to replace your hand with an object, which, I mean, look, pirates have been in that boat.
That's
literally.
Oh,
and,
nice pun.
So we're drafting. Look, these could be practical. These could be entertaining. These could be for self-defense. These could be whatever. I don't know where Mike's going to go.
It's going to be so stupid.
We don't know where any of this is going. In fact, this may be one of the craziest drafts we have ever.
But did you say balloons?
Dude, that's such a good idea.
So you can fly?
I don't know that would
genius.
help. But like, you guys ever seen that lizard video? Where it's like Mr. Balloon Hands. No,
that's drinking out of cups.
Yeah, there you go. So, all right, Mike, you got first pick in this. I have no idea. I've got the second pick, and I'm already out of stuff.
All right, I have to ask this question because this draft isn't crazy enough. Are we talking about things that like are 100% real, or we're just drafting whatever to replace your hands with?
I think it has to be real, as in like you couldn't draft a never-ending sandwich.
Okay.
Because then I would draft a never-ending sandwich.
A never-ending sandwich. You have to go to a doctor, and you have to be able to say, "Doctor, replace my hand with this, please."
Okay, all right. Well,
is that fair? Is that a fair?
Yes, 100%. And I wanted to clarify that because I was going to draft lightsabers.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because look, we all want weapons.
I'll accept that.
We all want weapons, but there's like if you're like I draft swords, there is a very large problem if your hands are just swords.
I would let you have a lightsaber.
I will absolutely. That's a great idea.
This is a functional lightsaber.
That is a functional real lightsaber.
Okay, all right, great. Then I take if it's allowed, I'm taking lightsabers.
What I will not allow. I will not allow Al Borland. Al Borland just wrote lightsaber down, and he wrote LIGHT space SABRES.
Oh man, this is like his Han Solo.
And then he thinks he corrected it.
It all comes back to Star Wars. So to the whole entire point of this pick, number one, I mean, we all want to have a lightsaber. Now I have two, but if I have swords, there's a huge risk factor if I fall down that I'm now dead because I fell on my own.
I've always thought that lightsaber use was far more dangerous than it's been made out to be in the movies, because if you just get anything close to that, you are severing it. You're in risky business, mister.
You accidentally...
Oh, no, 100%, but I can go on and off. I can go on and off, and you got a steak that's undercooked? Don't worry about it. You got a tea that needs warming up? Don't worry about it.
You got a wall that needs a door? Don't worry about it.
You have a wall that needs to come down, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. You're like, oh, you want a steak that's cooked. You're not cooking the steak. You're destroying the steak.
You're cutting a steak in half.
Like, you think you're cutting the steak in half. That steak...
I'm not talking about touching it. It's wait, I don't know. Is a lightsaber hot? I assume it's hot.
You're gonna need that to cook the steak.
Now this was clearly planned out because you started with the Star Wars scat, and now you're going one-on-one lightsabers.
How dare you?
All right. Look, I feel like I've got a better option here, Mike. That might not be as cool. You definitely have the cool factor.
Sure. Okay.
And this takes playing the lightsaber, Beat Saber?
Oh, Beat Saber?
You just do that in real life to the next level. But you've got problems that I don't have with my gun hands. My gun hands, they can protect. They can go further distance.
Sure.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna accidentally
hold on.
rip a hole through.
What kind of gun you got here, Jay?
That's a great question. I'm gonna go.
How is it not a spear based on your history?
Oh, hold on. Let me add to my list here. Hold on.
You could have had
see
spear
if that
hands.
gets back
You're
to
gonna
me.
The most
see where
valuable.
I'm going. All right, Jason. What kind of guns do you have?
I'm gonna give Colt 45s.
All right, how many bullets does a Colt 45 hold?
I'm gonna go machine gun with a banana clip. I can reload that Colt 45 with my mouth. Just
Look, I didn't necessarily think both your hands have to become these objects.
Oh, both your hands are the object. That's
Both of them?
That's a rule. It's replace your hands.
Oh,
Isn't a Colt 45 a revolver? I don't know. Okay,
So you have 6 bullets.
But
You have
I was thinking
12
I can
total
reload that
bullets.
with my mouth.
I thought
you
that
cannot.
How can I not?
Maybe your feet. Maybe your feet.
Jeremy, you're the gun man around here. Could I not drop bullets into a revolver from my mouth?
Yeah, you could, but getting it open is going to be the hard
It's
part.
my hand. My hand is. I can open
he has
it.
access.
Oh,
yeah.
then yeah, you'd be fine.
That's like saying I can't pull the trigger because well, you don't have a hand.
you don't have a finger. I thought that like when we were drafting these,
it's fair.
you'd be mix and matching like one on one hand, one on the other hand for practical value.
Ketchup on my left, mustard on my right. I'm prepped.
That's what I mean.
This is symmetrical.
So now I have both my hands have to be this object.
Well, look, I mean, if you want to go ketchup mustard, that's fine. If you want to be the hot dog guy,
if you've got something specific, you could throw it out there. Mike threw lightsabers out. This is a unique
let
one.
me be honest. I'm not following your little train of thought with I'm going to go defense first with lightsabers and guns. Look, ice cream dispenser was at the top of my list. I was going to go some soft serve, man. I could get that anytime I want.
Oh,
Okay,
man,
okay, we'll give you
But I don't know if I need two soft serve
you got
hands.
vanilla and chocolate. You
we'll give you a swirl.
Yes.
That's perfect. So you got soft serve. Oh, that is really good.
Okay, I'm gonna go soft serve, and then
And because that actually exists, that's like my infinite sandwich.
it is.
But that's a thing. That's,
I might
great.
have to get reloaded every once in a while. I don't know how you do
got,
that. But,
you have infinite ice cream.
okay, so obviously we don't need to battle. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
I'll have
Mike
to
and I will
bribe you.
Mike and I will be winning that battle.
But now
Eat the ice cream off your cold dead body.
I think I want helicopter propellers.
Ooh.
I think I want to fly around.
All right.
Like almost an Inspector Gadget.
Were you
I want to be able
inspired
to
by the balloons?
100%.
Dang it! I shouldn't have said that.
I just feel like I get a lot more control with propellers.
My first two things I was going to draft were hopefully guns, and I'm on the clock, right?
Yes, you're up.
And wings.
Wait, hold on, Jason.
These are on the tips
this
of
is
your
hands.
hands.
This is
I realize
hands
it.
only.
I realize it, and that's hysterical to me. All right, but I'm not going to do that now because he's already got flight with the helicopter propellers, which is much better. Now, also, okay, you're giving me a hard time about, I got wings on the tip of my hands. Well, that can't make you fly. His propellers aren't going to make him fly unless they're the size of a helicopter.
They're gonna be pretty. They're pretty big.
You're going to be walking around dragging these unfathomably
It's
big.
worth it to fly.
Well, hold on.
I'm just flying around like this with one hand in
you're a
there, eating ice cream
200
with the other.
Because, I mean, a helicopter is a metal machine. It's very heavy.
Yeah.
If you're just a 200-pound man,
No big deal.
how big do the blades have to be?
I would
we need
say
a scientist
4
to
feet.
get on
Yes,
that.
we need a scientist stat.
Yeah.
22 inches. I just looked it up.
No.
Wait, for real?
No, I have no
Al
idea.
Borland, 22
There's
inches?
no way.
Oh, okay, he's
there's
lying.
There's no Google analyzer that says, if I'm a 200-pound man, How large do my propellers need to be?
Hold on, I need to spin in a circle real quick.
All right,
so I'm going the
Also,
obvious.
you need one out your
serve.
butt for stability.
Right, soft serve dispensers, helicopter propeller hands. Jason,
All right.
it's back to you. There's so many options that I'm glad I don't have to pick right now.
Look, I think this is going to be practical. I think I'm going to be able to still grab things, still use things. I'm going to get up high. I'm going to get wherever I want. I'm going to get around the corner. I'm taking tentacles.
Ooh,
I'm going
okay.
full
All
tentacle
right.
extensions. There's other animals that
Wouldn't
don't
it
have
be
hands
one
to get things
Wouldn't
done.
it be tentacle? Aren't you getting just one tentacle?
No,
I
if
have
you
two.
You have two.
You get like
'cause,
two. You're saying each
an
hand.
octopus has 8 tentacles.
Yeah, I've
So
got
you
two.
get two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd
All
be
right,
really.
all right.
You'd be very scary looking.
I'd be
All right.
scary looking,
Yes.
but practical.
I think we're all very scary looking.
yeah, but I'm so scary, but you.
Hey,
with
I'm
your-
giving the
your
neighborhood kids
helicopter
ice
hands.
cream.
We're already past gun hands. But
I'm giving
tentacles
ice cream
is the
out.
scary one.
I've got a
think
business.
I think tentacles
All right.
would be scarier than gun hands.
Yes,
No
because
way.
you would seem like
No way.
you also really couldn't have a. We've abandoned the whole doctor could put this on you thing
Oh,
pretty quickly.
Right. Yes. 100%. All right.
He just
so I've
has
got,
two dead tentacles that don't move.
No, these are active and living.
Okay, guns and tentacles. That is spectacular.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike has to pick twice. That's terrifying.
I know what my 2 picks are. Number 1, though, I don't actually know the name of it. So we'll have
That's
to
gonna
work
be
through this.
tough.
We'll have to work through this together. The old people pick up tool things.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, the little
Yeah.
claw grabber.
I think I've heard it called a gopher before.
You've used
But-
those, and you're just like, these are so great. I wish I had it with me at all times.
Well, number 1, think of my reach, and there is some practicality. Like, I can still pick things up. Granted, they have to weigh like less than a pound.
I know that's always the issue with those things. You can't pick up anything.
Those
I'm
are
looking
technically nifty
trash pickers.
It's a nifty nabber or a trash picker or
Hey,
a,
Mike, can you
a
get
grabber
that
reacher.
manila folder? No.
Grabber
That
reacher
thing
tool
weighs
for
too much.
elderly. Oh my goodness.
All right. And so I feel like that's pretty practical. And speaking of practical, now I want a device that can do a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, 1, yes, it can protect me in certain times of need, but it can also do a whole bunch of other stuff because I'm going with Swiss Army knife.
Oh.
Mm.
That's pretty neat. You could actually
Wow.
eat with that because you probably have a little fork in there.
You're darn
Dang
right.
it.
I have a fork. I got a spoon.
Very
I got
nice.
I got a magnifying glass.
Dang
I
it.
got toothpicks.
You got tweezers,
I got everything I need.
Oh, that sucks.
but you don't have the hands able to open it. No, you could. That would be pretty good.
Those are his fingers, man.
Yeah, those are your
That's
fingers.
amazing. I'm looking at my list. Okay, and the next 2 things that I want to take are basically both inside your Swiss Army knife. But I do want to call a little bit of attention to this. Your Swiss Army knife, when you pull out, I don't know if there's I think there's scissors in there, right?
Yes, there are.
Yeah, but not really. You ever use a Swiss Army knife scissors? Those
look,
little
they can-
itty bitty, like.
Yes, I'm not cutting a cardboard box up with my scissors.
You're cutting
it
a
up with my
piece of
knife.
tape. You're cutting a piece of tape with those scissors.
I have
and nothing
knives,
else.
Jason.
All right.
All right, you're back.
Goodness, I'm up.
Lucky.
Man, which
have
direction
saw
do I go?
blades.
Oh man, if you could see my list, it's a wide range of
taco meat,
Do I want to go practical? Do I
a
want to
taco
go?
shell.
All right, look, my next 2 things I was going to take, I'm going to say them now because I'm not going to take them because of your Swiss Army knives. I was going to go fork and spoon. Like, I got a
brand.
fork on one hand, spoon on the other,
Sure.
help me eat. But I feel like, isn't there like a little fork thing in a Swiss Army knife? And then scissors. Edward Scissorhands did it. He was fine. I
He
think
was
those.
not fine. He lived a very
He
lonely
got
life.
a movie out of it. I mean, that's pretty
Wait,
good.
that's the barometer?
Yeah, if you
Did
get a
you
movie,
get a movie?
you get a movie, you're doing fine.
Said
Nobody's-
Charles Manson.
He was. Oh God. There's a few exceptions out there, but all right. Look, I'm gonna go air horns. Okay, so
Oh yes,
wah,
nice.
wah, wah. I'm gonna be walking around, getting that party started.
Your wife is not making you any food in one day.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's making it, or she's getting air horned. That's
oh my gosh.
You are the ultimate hype man.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm walking up in places.
You got a gun in one hand, air horn in the other.
Wah wah wah! Pop pop pop! Blocka,
Hey, that's
blocka.
the guy with tentacles.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going that direction. I have gone away from anything practical.
All right. I've got to finish up my draft. I have soft serve dispensers. I've got helicopter propeller hands. I am going to skip a step here. I mean, look, we're all on our phones 24/7. I'm just replacing my hand with my phone. I don't got to take it out of my pocket anymore.
That's so smart.
I don't got to hold it anymore. It's always charged. I'm going smartphone for my hand.
Oh man.
And
That's
then my
really
final
good.
pick just came to me. And I have some other things written down that are bad because this is a tough draft. But I'm going gorilla hands. I'm swapping out for some big old strong gorilla
I don't
hands.
think you can draft hands to replace your hands with.
You're like, or I would have taken robot hands with my first pick.
I do have monkey hands
Are
on
you
my list.
disqualifying
Yes,
my
because
hands?
You're like, I will replace my hands with hands.
But bigger, stronger gorilla animal hands.
I understand.
I'll take Shaquille O'Neal's hands, please. They're so big they can palm a basketball. They're still hands. You can't just take hands.
Dang it. I'm out.
So this is the first pick that someone's passing?
No, I'm not passing.
Now, I will make one exception to this rule because it's also on my list. If you want to take doll hands, I will allow it. You can go down, you just can't go
I
up.
can't go up.
Because I think you
I've
could
gotta
freak
be
some
the-
people out with doll
The
hands.
SNL skit with the doll hands, Kristen Wiig. Fine. I'll do giant axes.
Nice. That's
I need
a
to
good
compete
pick.
with you, at least if you do attack
Yes.
me. Give me
Yeah.
2 giant
Well,
axes.
I mean, to be fair, propeller hands are terrifying.
That's true. I could cut you up.
Yeah.
Man, I was really banking on gorilla hands.
I would be far more scared of a person with propeller hands than a person with axe hands.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fair because one of those is already going, like one has a motor. The other one, you got to swing yourself. All right, well, look, these made
But
it
every
back to
time
me.
every time I turn the motor on, I'm taking off. I'm not going to be able to attack you. I'm going to go straight up in the air.
What are you talking about? You're going to be able to do a ton of stuff.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Aerial attack.
All right, I'm done.
I can't believe these made it back to me. What? But
Gumball machine.
I'm gonna take feet. I'm gonna take feet.
What?
Imagine me galloping down the street on all fours, running so fast with shoes on my.
That pick is so good.
Yeah, I got feet for hands.
Wait,
that.
gorilla hands disqualified. Feet.
Yeah,
fine.
Feet is
No,
fine. You should have taken
100%.
gorilla feet, bro.
I'm all in on feet.
I should have taken gorilla feet.
Oh, yeah. I got.
Because gorilla feet are basically hands. I could have gorilla
I'm
feet.
taking feet for hands.
Oh my
Oh man, just watch me eat with my big toe holding that spoon.
We've all seen the videos, man. People, when they got to learn how to use their feet, they can do crazy stuff
Oh
with their
my
feet.
gosh! So you're galloping. That's
I am.
Such a
terrifying.
good pick.
Yeah, I mean, it
Oh
should have been the
my
101,
gosh.
but here I get
That
it.
is a great pick.
in the last-
Dang
Well,
it.
I do have lightsabers.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, right
All
after we
right.
established it had to be real items, he picked lightsabers, and we gave it to
That's
him.
true.
There.
All
So
right.
I've got
I
guns,
asked.
tentacles, air horns, and feet. That is my list.
All right,
All
Mike,
right.
you get to finish this spectacular draft up.
I'm going with, and now I want to be clear with the word that I'm saying. Flashlight. I'm going with flashlight.
Really, you need light that often? You need
Dude,
that?
Dude, think about me at night. Who can see where they're going? This guy.
Andy has a cell
I
phone.
haven't
He's
had
got
a-
a flashlight on his
I
hand
haven't had a
already.
problem seeing at night in 20 years.
Because you have light everywhere you're going.
Are you breaking our
I'm
breaker
going out
boxes?
in the woods. I'm 100% going out in the woods. And have you
Okay.
ever seen like an industrial flashlight? You think I can't beat the crap out of people with a flashlight?
Okay, you're going with a flashlight.
Blind people?
He's got flashlight.
Light
he's got
man?
lightsaber. He's
Yes. You had a superhero that you invented years ago called Lightman. You think I can't be Lightman with my superpowered hand flashlights?
Do you remember that, Jason? The light man.
I don't remember Light Man.
He's basically a man that is just covered in the brightest light bulbs, and whenever somebody comes at him, he just boom.
And I don't
That's
remember
all he did, though.
how it worked, but somehow I was like Cactus Man.
Yeah, we were inventing
Where did this come from?
This was from long ago.
This was when Andy and I would go to lunch.
Yeah, when we weren't talking fantasy football.
And I was a cactus, and I would sit there and not do anything.
Yep.
And the Light Man would blind everybody, and they would jump into Cactus Man.
That's right.
Who would hook
That's
him.
so.
This happened. You guys came up with this.
This is
Yes,
a good
we
combo.
did.
Oh man, the Light Man would force the enemies into Cactus Man.
That's right. Lightsabers, elderly grabbing. What are those called? Pickers.
Yep.
Swiss
Grabber
Army
claws?
knives.
Yes.
Flashlights. Jason has guns, tentacles, air horns, and feet. And I've got soft serve, helicopter propeller hands, smartphones, and axes.
Now
Because you wouldn't give me gorilla hands.
Very often we know as soon as the draft is over, because we put the polls up, we let the people vote on what their favorite draft was at Spitballers Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Often we know who's going to win. I have no idea what will happen with the votes on this one.
I know
Not
who's
me.
not going to
It's
win.
not me.
It's not going to be me. I have air horns for one
You
of
have
mine.
feet, bro. Feet was a great pick.
Yeah, like that's a steal in the fourth round.
All right, now,
I'm putting my money on Jason.
Were there anything on? I think Mike will get it with the lightsabers. Was there anything on your guys' list that wasn't taken?
So I have
A soda fountain? Oh, a cannon.
Oh, very
That's
nice.
a tough. You see, Al Borland would tell you it's pretty hard to load a cannonball with your mouth.
Yeah, I have cannons, crab claws.
Yeah, I had crab claws too.
I felt like they were
that's
pretty
good.
functional. And then the last one on my very, very short list, laser pointers.
You know, I had that. I had that too.
You had that too?
Yeah, but it's so bad. You can only do one very not useful
but
thing
sometimes
with
you
it.
need to point.
But when you need to point at something in a
It doesn't
preferably
matter how
dark
far
area,
away it is. I will show you where to go.
wow.
What if you had a tree, like a tree branch, like
Tree
for some
hands?
shade? For some shade?
That would enjoy holding that
That's
up.
not bad.
Yeah, you would have to hold it up.
I think an umbrella would probably be a better pick than tree hands.
Then
if you're
In
looking for
Arizona,
shade.
I'll take shade over an umbrella. Thank you very much.
What? You don't think an umbrella can
An
give
umbrella
you
is
shade?
shade.
I feel dumb.
That's funny.
I polled my children on this, and my middle son was emphatic that I draft dog heads.
What?
Oh, like a Cerebus or
yeah,
something?
basically like I have two live dogs as my hands.
Huh.
And I said,
Companionship.
I'll think about it.
And
But he insisted.
He thought that was the best thing of all time.
I can't believe nobody went spear.
Well, you're
that
talking.
disappoint
You
you?
look in the mirror, bro.
Well, I mean, when I thought of feet, you can't.
That's true.
Feet
That's a
for
good
hands. That's pretty good.
What did we learn today?
Nothing. Nothing
Oh,
at all.
I learned something that Jason's over there pretending he has not eaten horse meat yet. He called it delicious, and the exact same breath.
I think I
learned-
learned that bread is maybe the thing I'd want to smell like forever.
Yeah,
Good smell.
I learned that you can't milk a horse. So,
Oh, everybody out there, all you spitwads, thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Stay safe. Stay happy. We'll be with you soon.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out spitballerspod.com.
Can't milk a horse.